When I used to make these videos, I used to just like blah, just like right off the tip of my tongue say whatever I needed to say. And now this is like my fourth attempt at making a video. Oh my God. It just doesn't roll off the tongue the way it used to, but I just had some events happen recently and I want to share them. So my platelets are trending down again, and it's really been one of the most troubling things for me. I've put so much attention on it ever since the ITP thrombocytopenia was discovered in 2019 as part of my breast cancer treatment and reconstruction. They actually like crashed down in February of 2019, but it wasn't discovered until June of 2019 when I went into the Stanford ER. My platelets were 11,000, which anything under 30 can cause like a cranial bleed, basically, with no impact. Like you can just start bleeding if your platelets are 30,000 or below. So it's considered, detrimental and extreme situation. I've been dealing mostly with that. Of course, like I'm trying to keep cancer away as well. And so that's been sort of this juggling act between doing what they say to do and quality of life. So I have not been doing the endocrine therapy. I tried that in the beginning and I just couldn't like swallow that if my risk of recurrence was somewhere between 15 and 20%, doing the endocrine therapy would have put it at 7.5% to 10%. Like it, when they say it cuts your risk in half, the thing they never say is it's not like 50%. If your risk of recurrence is 20%, it takes it from 20% to 10%. And I think that that is misunderstood. It certainly was by me. And I don't think they explain that very well, because if somebody hears, oh, your risk of recurrence is cut by half, oh my God, I better do that. 50% reduction in my risk of recurrence. So it's not. It's like if it was 20%, it's then 10%. So I just decided that wasn't for me. So it is risky. But my naturopathic medical doctor just reminded me, Suzanne Summers, whose book I didn't read, she was saying, I didn't realize this. She said that I don't know what stage she had and exactly what type of breast cancer Suzanne Summers had, but she not only did she not do endocrine therapy to suppress her hormones even further, she actually went on full hormone replacement therapy, which is like exact opposite of what they say to do. They want you to be like at zero hormones, which I am at zero hormones, because there's something called a Dutch test, which is a type of test where they're measuring your urine. It gives you like the different types of estrogens. It gives you information on the testosterone, DHEA. I can't remember all the different points offhand, but I basically have like zero hormones. And so anyway, first I started dealing with the cancer. Then I started dealing with the low platelets. Now I've been dealing with the low hormones. And the platelet thing happened in 2019. And then the hormone thing happened in 2020 when I got my ovaries out, because I had this like crazy bleeding episode that landed me in the ER, and I had to get 2 or 3 units of blood because I had lost so much blood in a 48-hour period. So I ended up getting my ovaries out. So anyway, so first cancer, then platelets, and now hormones. So every time I talk to different doctors, I'm trying to deal with one of the 3. And sometimes it's indicated, like, for example, garlic and onions are good for cancer prevention. Well, they're not good for someone who has a bleeding disorder, because they are blood thinners, or at least like have a propensity toward that. So I'm constantly trying to figure out how to deal with this shit. I can only do so much. I do still go to the doctors, and I do still take a shitload of supplements, and I did just go see my naturopathic medical doctor, and I can only see her every once in a while. I was just there. It cost me $455 out of pocket to talk to her for like an hour and a half. So it's really cost prohibitive, for me and for a lot of people. And I've said this before, and I just feel so strongly that so many people, a lot of these alternative treatments are just not an option. And it's sad, because my naturopathic doctor was referring to Suzanne Summers, and she was talking about how she had breast cancer, and I don't know what type or what stage she had. I did not read her book, but she went like full rogue and decided to do full hormone replacement therapy, which is like the opposite of what they tell you to do. they want to suppress the hell out of every hormone that you have, and then like leave you with just like this state, this mental, emotional state of like just discombobulation and depression and anxiety and insomnia. And like that is a good option, and it's a shitty option. So I've been doing some testosterone, which is great. I've been doing some phytoestrogen cream and also some progesterone cream, and I might switch up those two per her recommendation. But so recently when I saw her, we're just talking about my hormones. We're not even really talking about cancer, and we haven't even been talking about my platelets. The fact that like my platelets have now taken a bit of a nosedive, and I've been on this immunoglobulin that I self-administer every week is concerning. I feel like I'm juggling 3 balls: cancer, platelets, and hormones. And it's just like, okay, which one is the most acute, which is the one that I need to deal with. It is now July of 2023, and in January of 23, I had a chest CT, and thank God that came back, no signs of cancer. And then a year prior, so it was January of 22 or maybe April of 22, I had a PET CT, like full body scan, and that looked good. So hopefully, cross my fingers, I'm still doing good in the cancer realm. I'm not dealing with any like cancer stem cells or anything that can't be detected right now on imaging. But the platelets are definitely troubling, and the hormones are very troubling. So we have to tread lightly, my medical doctor, naturopathic doctor, and I, in terms of just like how much hormones I can do and what that looks like, because she stands to get in trouble if she makes claims that are too off course or whatever it is. I don't know. They're always at risk of losing their license when they're going rogue, basically. So she did just like increase my testosterone cream and added some kind of like DHEA to it, but it really makes a difference, and I'm so grateful to have that option. And I've been doing like this phytoestrogen cream and the progesterone cream. So then we also, I'm going to pull out my new supplements. I'm doing these now. I'm doing Cataplex B Core. There's a bunch of stuff in it, like bovine liver, beetroot, and then a few other things. Those are the main things. But this is a whole food type thing, like sweet potato and bovine adrenal. So this is for energy. Can you see it? Yeah. Cataplex B Core. So vitamin C with bioflavonoids. She told me that like bioflavonoids are super important, not just ascorbic acid. And I don't remember why, but this Pure Radiant C, which is like another type of C to take. And this is all from organic fruits and berries. So this is like a whole food. So basically like whole food supplementing is really important. I'm taking now this HPA Adapt. I love Integrative Therapeutics as well. I've been using their products for a long time, and this has like rhodiola, ashwagandha, eleuthero, holy basil, and maca. And I was having some concern about like maca and damiana and anything estrogenic and red clover and stuff like that. And basically like my naturopathic's take on it is you need to have like some hormones. If you're all the way tanked out at 0, like having some hormones just so you can feel okay is worth it. And I'm on board with that, because I'm like having no energy and feeling shitty, and like this whole hormonal thing is just, it just fucking sucks, really. The thing she's saying about Suzanne Summers is that like when somebody has a lot of money, or you know, they have a lot of time and a lot of money, they can make choices for themselves that support a full naturopathic plan, instead of just going to the doctor's office where your insurance covers the whole bill and you just have to do what they say. I mean, none of them are suggesting anything natural. It's all allopathic. And then you get these allopathic treatments, and then you end up with all these other side problems. Like, I'm sure that's where my platelet issues came from, was like the chemo, the infection, the anesthesia, the antibiotics. I had this onslaught of all that shit. And so now I have this platelet problem. Oh, right. I didn't even say the other thing. So cancer, platelets, hormones, and severe osteoporosis. So now I have 4 things I'm juggling. I have 4 health problems that I'm constantly trying to figure out like which one is the one I need to focus on and deal with. So the osteoporosis is severe. It's not like, oh, like I am like at risk for a massive fracture. So She's also gave me all this shit for my bones too. Calcifood, another standard process. This one is delicious. I don't even know. Veal bone. It's mostly veal bone. And then wheat germ, date powder, carrot, and rice bran. So that's for my bones. Oh, so they had me on Fosamax, and it's a bisphosphonate, and I decided I'm not taking it because the bisphosphonate causes all kinds of problems. It's just like statins. I can't remember what statins are for, but a lot of people are on statins, and they cause a whole host of problems. And this bisphosphonate, like, I started getting some jaw pain, and I guess it can also cause like some gum necrosis, you know, just like you can get receding gum line, and hematologist said once you get that, like, it's really hard to reverse. And they used to have people on these things for a really long time because women, as we get older, are losing our bone density is an issue. So we're like more prone to fractures. And I'm 48. I'm definitely getting older, but I've got like the osteoporosis of somebody who's much older than me. So I'm no longer taking the bisphosphonate. I'm deciding not to do that, but to take all these supplements. So now I'm also taking this Core Minerals, and this just has tons of amazing stuff in it. I wish this, oh, I guess that kind of shows up. So there's that, and Regenemax liquid. This is another thing. Silica, and that is also for bones. And Biost, standard process. And this says skeletal and cellular health, veal bone, more veal bone. Definitely not vegetarian over here. And then boron. And I know somebody, I think on one of my videos, like recommended boron. That's good. And then methyl B12. And this has like melatonin in it as well. And I know melatonin is anti-cancer. So, and then I'm also still doing my D. So I do a D3K2 and I do 10,000 IUs a day, 6 days a week. I do zinc, but there's zinc in the Core Minerals. So we're decreasing how much of that I take so that, because you can get a D toxicity and zinc toxicity. So I know you have to like be careful how much you take, and you can have blood tests to see what your levels of D and what your zinc are so that you're not getting toxicity from them. What else do I have at home? Oh, these pancreatic enzymes. And she said definitely take those because those help with absorption, because a lot of times people have like absorption issues and don't even know it. They're taking all these supplements and then they're not absorbing the supplements. I saw her, and like I said, it was $455 to see her, and then I spent $300 on supplements, and then the Dutch test is $300. Like, I mean, every time I see her, it's over $1,000 goes on my credit card, and it puts me further in debt. That is what it's like to try to manage your health on your own without walking into a doctor's office and just doing what they say to do, where the whole thing is covered by insurance. Because my entire cancer treatment, multiple breast reconstructions, failed reconstructions, chemotherapy, radiation, all of it, infections, everything that happened, 100% covered by insurance. Like, that had to be $1 million. It had to be $1 million. That's crazy. And then I'm trying to like take care of things in a more natural way with holistic medicine and whole food and not causing other problems in my body. And it's at least like, I mean, I don't even know what it costs. I should do the math, but I don't want to do the math because I actually don't want to know. I don't want to know what it costs because it's depressing. I'm doing my best. And I think that's the other thing I want to say is that all we can really do is our best. We're all in different situations in our lives. Like the working mom with multiple kids who can't afford to even go to a naturopathic doctor and spend $455 to talk to somebody for an hour and a half. They don't have that option. You know, they have to just do their best, and they have to do what the doctor tells them because they don't have another option. And it's like heartbreaking to me, actually. So in one way, I'm like more privileged than somebody who couldn't afford to do that. And I'm not as privileged as somebody like Suzanne Summers, who can do full hormone replacement therapy and do all of the like ancillary naturopathic supportive integrative choices that a person can make. And I know other people out there who have a lot of money who are touting all the great things that they're doing, and they're beating cancer, and it's amazing. It's so amazing. And I just wish that were available for more people, because it's sad. It's sad that really that's what it comes to. Like, the people who are able to live are the people who have a lot of money to spend on all of their natural and homeopathic and integrative options to keep cancer away. So it's just my rant. It's my rant. I don't know what I'm going to do about the low platelets. This is a problem. And like, I don't know if we're going to increase the dosage of the immunoglobulin I'm getting. I don't really know what other options there are. There is always the option of getting my spine removed. No, not my spine. Boy, that would be bad. Getting my spleen removed. That would also be bad, but 2/3 of people that works for, and then some fraction of people end up in the hospital like with chronic infections. So that's scary to me. I don't know that I could do that. Oh, guess what? I'm going to go do an underwater photo shoot. When I get the pictures, I'll definitely like upload something and refer to her. Her name is Irena Shimoda, I think is her last name, and she does underwater photography for trauma and cancer survivors, for trauma survivors basically. And she's helping women, and not just women, she's helping people like embrace their new life and feel good about their bodies, and have some sort of like empowering experience with the trauma that they've gone through. Underwater photography, it's so beautiful. And I was referred to her. I got her recommendation from another fellow breast cancer survivor, so that is super exciting. And my daughter's gonna come with me, and so we're gonna do like a photo shoot underwater. And I think I'm gonna like bare my full chest underwater, and I haven't done that. I mean, I've only like showed little glimpses of it, and so that's gonna be exciting. She wants to be able to use them because she's done underwater photography for women who have had aesthetic flat closures like I have, and they haven't wanted to like be public about it. So I hope that she'll be able to use my images, and hope that it's just a really awesome experience. I think it will be. So I'm doing that in like a week or two. It's coming up really soon. Looking forward to that. And I'm working out really hard. I'm doing a lot of exercise. I'm playing softball. In terms of just like my level of activity, I don't know if that could be contributing to my lower platelets, but it's definitely contributing to my well-being and my aliveness and my happidness. So how could that be a bad thing? You know, my oncologist said like, keep doing that, stay active, do what you can do. And I recently got some hiking poles, those walking sticks, so that I don't fall and like break a bone with this stupid osteoporosis. Those were a present to me from my amazing boyfriend and partner that I have now. We've been together for some months, and it has contributed to my happiness, my aliveness, and he's absolutely the best, amazing, most precious gift I could have gotten in my life, and also just in this time of my life. Like, having gone through everything I've gone through, I thought there was no possible way I'd fall in love again. There's no possible way somebody would like love, cherish, and adore me the way that I'm being loved, cherished, and adored. So I feel really grateful, and I wish that for anybody and everybody who's gone through these like really challenging health circumstances. Getting older is already its own challenge. Men and women are out there fighting old age, fighting the aging process, like all the plastic surgery, all the Botox, all the things that we're constantly doing. And then you add like chronic health conditions on top of that. And I mean, it just like amplifies the difficulty of aging, because you're just like compounding the process with health issues. And believe me, like not having breasts and like having a difference in energy and all the things people deal with out there, like it is harder if you don't have a partner or you're not married. It's really a lot harder to find a quality human that will love and accept you for who you are and how you are. And so I feel really grateful that I have the most incredible love I've ever had in my life. Amazing partner. Maybe sometime I'll bring him on here and he'll say something too. So this amazing man that I'm referring to is actually watching every single video of mine, which in and of itself is like a crazy thing, so that he could like understand what I've gone through. I have like 160 plus videos from the beginning. He's been watching them. I don't think anybody has watched every single video. And I mean, if that's not love, if that's not somebody like caring for you and wanting to feel your experience and feel your process, I don't know what is. So that alone makes him like the greatest partner ever, don't you think? For like the 3 people who watch my videos, but I don't care. Like, this process for me is just my online video journal, and I've been documenting this for a long time, and I love doing it. And if and when I die, hopefully it's not too soon, like there's this whole chronology for my beautiful daughter to watch, for anybody else that wants the inspiration. I hope there's some inspiration in it. But anyway, I truly do wish in my heart for the love that I have, that I feel so grateful for. I wish that for everybody who's going through something difficult, because it's so hard to go through it on its own, but it's really hard to go through it by yourself. So if you're looking for love, I really wish that for you. I pray that for you, and I hope that for you. I hope you find it. I hope you find somebody to love you as deeply as I feel loved, because you're worth it. You're amazing. I know you are. Just keep holding an open heart. Keep holding space for somebody wonderful and loving and quality to come into your life. If that happens, let me know. I want to hear about it, because I love a good love story. So thank you for listening and being there, and and thank you. Take good care. Until we meet again.